since officially we say 2013. We actually started in 2011, but 2013 we started really putting in the work. And so we are a nonprofit touring company who works with other community-based organizations, such as the one that we were just talking with, North Manhattan Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta, in order to help raise funds for their community programming and projects. So,
hey, Rashid Mohammed.
So yeah, essentially what we are interested. Hey, Rashid, we're interested in partnering with pretty much any organization that is community-based and interested in empowering folks, uplifting folks, providing services or access to services. We also love to provide out-of-the-box fundraising option. I think a lot of folks who have their hearts in the right places are a little tired of the stuffy banquets with the dry salmon and the keynote speaker saying the same thing that the person that introduced them said, the same person that introduced them said. So it's a party, but the energy and the love is with good intent. And we also not only want to help folks raise funds for their organizations, but also raise awareness. There's a lot of folks out here in the world doing good work that people just don't know about it. And sometimes if you attach something like good soul music, good funk music, good R&B music, it's a motivator. So when you're feeling good, and that was the chair.
That wasn't good. That was the chair. That was not me.
Even though the rumors in the streets were that he had like a black bean burrito, but I didn't see it, so it's the leather chair.
That was the chair, guys. I swear.
So excited. No, it was just the chair. But seriously, so that's really what we are interested in doing, is just helping folks who are helping other people.
And guys, remember, you can call us live at 917-727-8020. 917-727-8020. We're here for you. So, the whole name behind, I heard you say the name, but how did the name, come about?
So much like, we believe in paying it forward, but since we are live music, live original music, we're not cover bands. We are individual artists who have grouped together, forged this collective to do this type of work. And so we decided that we are playing it forward through our music. So it's the Play It Forward Eclectic Soul Tour.
Give us the website too. Let's say that.
Yes, the website is pifest.org, PIFEST.org, O-R-G.
Yes, visit us and please click that donate button.
Yes, the donate button.
And you guys
be a blessing to others.
Yes, you guys have to realize that a lot of organizations, that's the key thing to thriving. It's funds. It's funds, and this is the intent is to do the great, wonderful things, but funding.
Yeah, and so for us, as my co-founder Lo was saying, we really want it to be the out-of-the-box fundraiser, right? We're tired of just sitting there listening to the same old things with the three, the chicken, the salmon, and a pasta or vegetarian dish. So we just it's a concert, and you're going to find out about the organization, but it's going to be in a cute, short, informative way.
Correct.
And we just really want them to get the funding that they need. And so you get to come. So if you've never heard of the organization, it doesn't have to be your favorite thing. It doesn't have to be the particular charity that you know about. You come out, you have a good time, a good show. You can bring anybody to that event, exactly. And they will have a good time and not feel like, why am I here?
Exactly.
And from what I'm hearing, it's almost like with the Pie Fest and the event, it's almost like an event that you can bring Nana to.
You can.
Absolutely.
So that's important to include, to be able to, it's a family-friendly event.
Yes, it is jazz and soul music. And when we say soul music, we mean what feels good to our soul.
Correct.
And that's why we say it's the eclectic soul tour. Because, when I say soul, I mean jazz, I mean funk, I mean blues.
Little gospelism might sneak
I mean some folk and some rock too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We started
all of that.
Good.
Absolutely.
What are some of I'm going to type the number in, guys, as we're talking. What are some of the members' names, like for the band and for the the music?
Okay, well, this year we are fortunate enough to have partnered with the very talented Ace Livingston. He is a world-renowned jazz bassist, and so he is rounding out the trio for this year's IFS Eclectic Soul Tour. And that's the other thing I wanted to say to our fellow indie artists out there. Part of our vision and our dream for this too is for the blessing to cut both ways. And so our ultimate goal with the Play It Forward Eclectic Soul Tour is to evolve to the point that we not only become a national organization, but an international organization. And we partner with artists from all around the globe to have them use their talents to bless someone else. And in the midst of them doing so, it gets them exposed to a different audience or broadens their audience and their base. So it literally, it's an overused cliche, but it really is true. Our goal is for it to be a win-win situation for fellow artists, especially because independent artists, we don't have the same label support or, the big promotional budget, et cetera, et cetera. So we want to not just do something that helps us. We really want to help other people in every possible facet that we can. So listen, if you're an artist out in California, if you're an artist out in Illinois, if you're an artist down in Texas, and this sounds like something that you would be interested in doing, you all are also welcome to holler at us, as well as there are any philanthropic organizations that are doing positive community-based work. We want to partner with you. We want to help people know what you do, and we want to help you raise some money to continue to do it.
Right. Because part of what we want is that, there is this whole idea that there is no good music out here. And we can absolutely, change that narrative.
Or make you see the light.
Make you see the light.
Absolutely. So, people come and they say, well, why aren't you famous? Well, we don't have the budget to, break a single in New York. Or,
exactly.
Like in one market, just one market, forget nationally or internationally. It's true. Regionally, so, but there's so much talent out here, and we'd love for those talented people to be able to join us and to be able to raise money for other organizations out there across the country.
Absolutely.
So,
hey, Robert, right? And where's the charm? So, with the organization, do you guys come together and say what you're going to help? Is it a children's hospital? What's the criteria, or do you pick and choose? How does that work? That process?
Well, it goes both ways. So sometimes we're looking for organizations to work with. So we're spending the time to say, who can, if we know we're going somewhere in particular, right? So let's say Lorinda and I say, oh, we're going to be in Florida in this particular time frame. Who can we find who would want to work with us in Florida? Because we're already going to be in the area. We want to bring, so can we find an organization, help them to grow awareness for their organization, help them do fundraising. And then, so we might reach out to them. Some people are reaching out to us because they've met us on a show like this, right? And they'll say, oh, let me reach out to them and see what they can do for us. And we sit with those organizations and we work with their different budgets to figure out how we can best serve them.
What I love about it, from what I'm hearing so far, is that it's not, your whole mission is not just about PieFest. It's about unity and building up other. That's what I loved about what I'm hearing so far. Yeah. You can elaborate more on that.
Definitely. I mean, uplift is one of the things that is pivotal to both of us. I think that, especially given the way that our media is driven, the way that our world appears to be, there's a lot of good people out there doing a lot of good work, and unfortunately that does not seem to get the level of energy and shine and press and focus. We both are women of great faith, and also women who believe in the power of in spite of. So like, in spite of what they tell you, in spite of what you see, in spite of what you get inundated with, X, Y, and Z is not the whole story. Wow. There's more to it. There's more to our story. And just to kind of go back to something you mentioned earlier about Nana being able to come. Nana can come, and so can little man.
Right.
Like everyone. It's important across the strata. And there's honest power in rejoicing and fellowshipping with one another. Interestingly enough, an event that we did down in DC back in April, speaking to how we find organizations. One of the organizations that we ended up kind of partnering with the last minute they didn't really know much about us, but they liked what they heard. We were able to bless them with a sizable donation. And by their attendance, some of their board members came and they were like, we absolutely want you to come back and really do a big blowout kind of thing. So sometimes too with our events, other members of other organizations doing good work are in attendance. It's another thing. Remember the kids, like draws like. So good people tend to know good people, and they were like, hey, let's really sit down and come up with something. So we're working on getting a proposal together for them to do something big like that. So, but don't let size be a deterrent.
Right, we can fundraise on a small level for you.
Absolutely, we will customize.
Yes, we will customize it. But our goal is really to make those organizations as much money as we can.
Absolutely.
In an event. So, not only do we think about what the cost of the events will be, but we are talking with organizations about doing a silent auction or an online auction during the event, right? Doing a raffle during the event, all going on at the same time. So all the things you think of for the gala,
correct?
Big ticket fundraiser, we still can do in that capacity. It's just you don't have to bring a ball gown. You can still write a check for $150 without your ball gown,
without the sequence, and you can leave the Spanx at home. You can be comfortable.
Yeah, be comfortable with your jeans, and we're normally in a good venue with some new, different, or good food.
Absolutely,
because
we love to eat.
Food.
I'm like, we're not tiny girls. Right?
Probably never, even when we're small, we're not small.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. So what I'm loving about it seems like this is something really good that you can put out. Again, say the email address and everything, because this would be something good for some college kids to be a part of.
Absolutely.
To volunteer and be a part. This is something that they can learn from. This is something that they can then branch off if they're interested in doing something like this later on. This is a good start.
Most definitely. And I think the other thing, Adina alluded to this, and I have learned a tremendous amount through our partnership in this, because she already has another business endeavor that does events. And so I want people to be clear on that as well as providing entertainment and promotion for your organization. We do handle the ins and outs of the event itself. So from securing the venue and the prefix menu and whatever the bar situation looks like, as well as the entertainment, working closely with in-house sound, the tech elements. You literally, with most of our partnerships, the only thing that we ask of them is that they promote to their mailing list, that they let their people and their supporters and their donors know that we're having this event. But it really is support the event itself when it happens. But we provide you with that kind of one-stop shopping thing. Right. You come to us and say, listen, we need to raise this much money. We want to have an event on this night, and
I want to touch on something that you just said, because we have that here at the radio station. We all have different shows and different hosts. What you said about telling the actual client, we will call them for the minute. You have to also promote.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people don't realize that now you can be at a radio station, you can be at a record label. The majority of the times, especially now in the tone of music, the artists are doing more than the label are doing for the money.
Oh, definitely.
But people don't feel that they have to promote, and then they'll come back to you and be like, well, and expecting so much more. So this is what the general manager, bigs up a lot over here at DNAradio.net. You got to promote yourself. Do you want to do this also? Do you want the show, to be big? So you have to promote. And it's almost like we're not asking you to do something that we're not doing. Correct. Promote.
Exactly.
You're on Instagram, liking everything else.
And reposting everybody else's
stuff.
Like, post your stuff.
Yes, post your stuff. So, another thing I'll say, so the music, you said it's a collective of music. It almost sounds like you guys are almost like, it reminds me of Q's Juke Joint.
Okay.
That's what I like that song, because he put that one album that he had. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that, like an old juke joint. Can I get credit if you use that again for the next thing? Like the next event is called Juke Joint.
Wants credit for that. Well, we have a crew of friends.
We have a crew that we actually call the Juke Joint.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
There's a good group of us, and we what I love also about our musical styles is while they are different, they are complementary. So there's a nice flow and feel to the show, and connectiveness that really works well. And the people who have experienced it, because I won't say who've seen us do our thing, like people who have had the Pie Fest experience, It's so funny. Dean and I actually shared a chuckle about this. We have some old college mates of ours who were like, I didn't know this is what it was.
Oh.
And
they actually said, I see you doing your thing online.
But
you know, and so I guess like you
Always
guys,
that
what
way.
it is you guys got to come to a live
Come
podcast
to
show
the
because
show.
live ain't Memorex.
There you go. Come to the show.
I'm like, y'all don't even. I'm like, some of the young folks don't even know what Memorex
Exactly.
is.
Exactly. Another thing that I have so many like little things I can just pick and elaborate on, and I'm loving it. You know, when you get guests and you have so much to say. Another thing, the whole live experience, and one thing, you know, having a music background first before filmmaking. What you said, Adina, as far as original songs. Well, people don't know what original is because they always want to do somebody's cover, and which is do your covers, guys. But we come from music backgrounds first.
Absolutely.
And we love the music. And it's all about the music. So speak about that, the whole process of the live stuff and how do you do it? Are some of the songs created by you or you guys do it collectively? How does that work? Hi, Destiny, Marie.
You
I was just
know,
about to say, hey, Destiny, Marie. Hey, Robert, right?
Okay.
We definitely are sharing with you our music. So Lorenza is the lead singer for Brown Baby Girl. My band is Adina Nairi.
We need to talk about
right. Ace Livingston is Ace Livingston. So all of us have albums,
right?
You know, of our original work. Now, of course, we may feel like sharing a cover in our set that speaks to us.
And that's cool.
You know, and I mean, on my new album coming up, I've got 2 covers coming on board.
Right.
So, but the whole
set is not a cover
right,
set.
It's not a cover set. So you're getting original music. You'll be able to go home and take home some new baby making music. You know, some relaxation music. You know,
or it could be practice. It doesn't have you don't have to make a baby.
Right.
It could just be practice.
You can just
music.
pretend to make a baby.
Okay, and we like that.
There you go.
You're just practicing.
Yeah, because don't call me.
Because Nana can't make no more babies.
But Nana can practice.
Don't
sleep on Nana. I'm like, now Nana, I'm not gonna put your business out there. You know, but Nana got business, and she's grown, so she can have her business.
That is so cool.
Nana's gonna be like, those fast girls can't come on in no more.
That's them fast girls. No, you know what Nana gonna do? Remember when you were younger, your parents be like, I don't want you hanging with them.
Yes, exactly.
Don't bring them over no more. You be like, but they my friends.
I don't care about your little friends.
I don't care about your little friends.
Nana, we good people.
Okay, they is good.
We just keep
Nana, they are good people. They are pretty. They are kind.
They are important.
And they are important. So let's speak about some of the venues. I heard you say DC, and you ladies get around. Let's talk about some of the venues and what was. I don't like to say best venue, but what was one venue that you really enjoyed? Because sometimes best may make one of the venues. You know how you said what's best? Well, you didn't like my venue. What venue you had like a great time in?
Well, to be truthful, actually every venue.
Okay.
We've had a great time.
That's cool.
When we were down in DC, we were at Ivy City Smokehouse, which is actually in immediate proximity to City Winery. So the folks who know the DC area know exactly what we're talking about. And beautiful establishment, great staff.
Wonderful staff.
Seriously, like so accommodating, so affable. The food was amazing. If you're a carnivore, you're gonna really dig it.
If you're a seafood lover,
you're gonna really dig it.
Especially because they got the seafood market.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's right there. And so it's like fresh seafood?
Yeah, so they have a seafood market, and then they have the tavern restaurant upstairs, and they have smoking fish.
Okay.
But you get like burgers, mac and cheese, all that.
Perfect. Comfort foods as well. Have you ladies ever done anything at the Howard Theater?
Not yet. So let's put that in the universe.
Okay, Howard Theater.
All right, Howard University, HBCU folks down there, like, listen, holler at us.
That's right.
Y'all need to raise money too. I know you do. Somebody's baby needs book money.
That's right.
Okay.
Hey, we could do a whole scholarship concert. Fund a whole bunch of scholarships.
And they have it. So, let's talk about the forthcoming projects.
Okay. So November 15th, that'll be our next New York City show, right? And that will be at Cutting Room.
Right, you were telling me about that.
Right on
Cutting Room, I love
32nd
and
Park Avenue. And so it is once a year we do a fundraiser for ourselves, for our nonprofit, Pie Fest, because we are 501c3 ourselves. And part of what, yes, you will, in filming.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. That's
Love having talented friends.
And so for this particular show, we have partnered with the North Manhattan Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and we'll be raising funds for their scholarship and programming. Right. So, because they do a lot of work in this community, and
so a lot of people
and funding has been, has gone down from different avenues. So
right.
So we're stepping up to step in and help a little bit.
Absolutely.
On that. And so we're looking forward to that. So that's November 15th.
November 15th.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Cutting Room, New York. Cutting Room is what street again?
It's 32nd and Park Avenue.
That's a lot of people have played in that space.
It's a beautiful space.
Beautiful.
A lot of people.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to playing
Me
there.
too.
Okay. And part of talking about who our band is,
right?
Okay.
We come with a stellar bunch of musicians.
Well, we need to hear that.
So, I mean, we're dopeness, right? I'm gonna big us up because that's the truth of it. People come to our live shows, they're like, "Damn, y'all are dope."
Okay.
Right?
That makes me think of what my mom always says. So when you drive in your car, you can only blow your own horn, right?
Okay.
So two on that one.
Right. So it's Ace Livingston, myself, and Brown Baby Girl, but we are backed by some of the best musicians.
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Absolutely.
So on keys, we've got Lenny Underwood.
I think I saw something on the website. It looks like, and I know him for a long time, and he can really sing a background. Darius.
He can
sing. I couldn't wait because he can really sing. Darius has been around.
So that's the thing, right? Darius has done background
for multiple
people. Mary J. Blige, right? I mean, we could just go on and on.
It's crazy.
And Asa Lovechild is backgrounds for
Nona Hendrix.
Thank you.
Oh wow.
Nona Hendrix.
It's a whole bunch of people.
She's done Mary, I believe.
Oh wow. And to get back to Darius, although he's doing background vocals and background, he's an excellent lead singer too. He can sing.
He shies away from it.
He can tell. I know. Have you ever heard him sing Music So Child cover?
Yeah.
That's really good. I heard Darius. Yeah. Amazing. Hey, Ernest.
Hey, Ernest. Good to see you.
Hey, how you doing? So I love that. Pie Fest seems like a whole big. You name this could be all kinds of names. Family Fest.
Pie Fest. That's right.
James Biscuit Rouse,
the monster himself. He's
okay. Wow.
On sax is Will Prince.
Indeed. And Brown Baby Girl's baby daddy on keys. Jamie Finnegan. My good friend and my business partner. It's so funny. Adina and I both have a knack for using these qualifiers and names for folks, and then people get confused.
Okay, yes, so what's going on here?
So we often, I'm always like, that's my wife.
Okay,
right?
What's going on here?
People get confused. I'm like, it's my music wife.
Right, and then I would say like, James is my musical baby daddy because the creator let us make Brown Baby Girl together. Even though I'm the brown one and the girl, Brown Baby Girl does have a daddy, and his name is Jamie Finnegan.
Okay, love it.
And then we luck up that since our lovely jazz bassist Ace Livingston is there.
There you go.
He plays for us.
Exactly, and Ace has played for everybody. Harry Connick Jr. and Michelle Farrell and just all these monsters in the music industry. So we consider ourselves really blessed.
He plays for legends.
I mean, Lenny and Asa did the J-Lo tour together.
Right.
No way.
Together. So I mean, when I say that our musicians are ridiculous.
Oh, you have people who have chops.
Yeah, they're not playing
at all.
No
game.
We bring you no slack.
So again, we're going to repeat the website and all the links and infos. Give us a whole run of all the social media, right? One more time for the people who may have just joined in our listening.
So it is the Play It Forward Eclectic Soul Tour. You can visit us on the web at piefest.org. That's P as in Peter, I as in Iceland, F as in Frank, E as in Edward, S as in Sam, T as in Tom.org. You can follow us on Instagram at piefest_soul, SOLE. I'm sorry, SOUL. I was spelling it like shoes. In children, that's what happens when you don't drink enough coffee. PieFest_soul. And then on Facebook, it is just PieFest.
So you guys heard that? And you can call us. I'm going to give you the number again. We're going to take a brief music break, but you can call us at 917-727-8020. 917-727-8020. And let me take a short music break, and we'll be right back after one song.
Call us up.
And after we come back from the break, can we get like an acapella from the ladies?
Oh, wow.
I think we can work something out.
Oh, wow.
Figure something out.
Figure something out. Okay, that'll be something. That's a treat for you guys. All right? See you guys in a minute. We're still. We're on. Hey, guys, we know you guys are still watching. Because I'm not going to go off of the live. Call us, guys. Today was amazing. Today was amazing what you guys did. Today was amazing to see the kids' faces. Wait till you see the picture. When I saw the kids just come up and just, it was just a good thing.
And they get to pick which bag.
Yes. It was so cute to see some of the kids like get the snacks. So one little boy, he looked at me and whatnot. He was like, so they were telling him, take one snack or whatever, whatnot. He looked back, that little look at whatnot. He was like, he did the finger. Yeah, you can't say no to someone.
Say no. You just like, okay.
That cute looking like little Bow Wow when he was younger with the little braids and the whole little.
So what you're saying is you got work.
Yeah.
Like he told us.
He came up there with the props on, and he just was like that. So he didn't say anything. He didn't use the verbal. Could I have three? He did the three fingers.
Right.
I want three of them. I don't want one snack. I heard the other kids had one snack, but I look at me. I want three snacks. And that's just it.
And he worked you for it.
You also had some young ladies there. That was good too. Younger girls, because sometimes you can't get young folks out there. I saw like a table full of young girls who came out, and they were sitting there working.
So one of our partners, this is our 12th year for North Manhattan and Silam the Lambda partnering together, but we keep bringing on community partners, and our partner, NASI, the National Association of Health Service Executives, was one of our partners, and they had a lot of volunteers come out this year who were younger women. And then what happens is, in my sorority chapter, we bring our kids to volunteer with us. So people came with their nieces, with their nephews, and we're like, listen, you're going to work. Whatever so-and-so told you to do, that's what you need to do. And so, we have the kids running, and I'm like, take this to someone, take this. And they do it, and that way, and that is how you continue
teach the baby.
Exactly. So they learn what it means to help others,
right?
To be in service to the community.
Today went smoothly.
It was great. That's awesome.
We're gonna do this just one song. I'll come back and I'll talk about the prior to the ladies doing their impromptu little thing. I want to talk about the VMAs really quick. And the nominees, and just see if we get some calls from that. And then you ladies can pretty much do what you want. Live is always good. On the spot. The general manager. That's how it is. Okay,
I have no idea.
But that's so crazy when you have singers. But when somebody asks us sometimes, I like do something, you're like, what do I do? It's just crazy because we sing all the time, but you sing all the time.
One song or two?
I definitely want one song. Sorry. Yes. Even though I love her to death, I just want one song. Right.
Hey, Ray.
Okay.
Ray Clay joined.
Ray Clay is a regular. He's always joining. Thanks, Ray, for joining in.
Hi, Ray.
Thank you. He's always joining in. All right. We have that lady again. She's going to say hi. She's going to say That's your wife? Oh. Okay, sorry. My other, he had to clear that up. Hey guys, we are back with Film, Food, and More, but I'm having we're back. I had a little glitch there. We are back with Film, Food, and More, and I still have these beautiful ladies on the side of me to my left and to my right. And prior to us getting into these ladies giving you some live song and music, we're going to talk about the VMAs that are here in New York. I believe this is only the second time, and it's going to be out in Newark, New Jersey. So what I wanted to just say was, what do you guys feel about the nominees this year? And you can call me back. I'm going to go through this really briefly. A few of the categories, and call me back in and let me know what you feel. So video of the year, we have 21 Savage featuring J. Cole a lot. We have this new young lady who I actually like a lot, and I'm like rooting for her. Her name is Billie Eilish. It's just different. What I love about Billie, it was just like a breath of fresh air for me. It was like you turn on the radio and it was like, okay, who's that girl? Because they all sound like all 10 of them. And I love you girls, and I love music, but you don't know who's who. Everybody. So when this young lady Billie Eilish came, I was like, okay, this is different. Ariana Grande, you all know who she is. She has Thank You Next up. Jonas Brothers, their song that's up for video of the year, Sucker. Little Nas, guys. There's been a lot of heat and a lot of talk around Little Nas. So, you can call me in if you have some Little Nas news and you have something positive to say about Little Nas. Be positive here. So it's a Little Nas featuring Billy Ray Cyrus in Old Town Road remix. And what I would say is, regardless if you like Little Nas or not, let me tell you something. For Billy Ray Cyrus to come out and do a duet with you, Billy Ray Cyrus confirmed and gave him the seal of approval. Right. And that is big, okay? And I appreciate Billy Ray Cyrus. If you're listening, Billy Ray Cyrus, we appreciate you for doing what you did, because oftentimes we're in this world as a filmmaker, and as these ladies could attest to the same thing. We're in this world of sometimes it always takes somebody else to, and we've been doing this. I'm giving you what I do, and I'm doing a good job at it, but it takes that one other person to give me the sign of approval for you to say that, oh, now they are. No, Little Nas was doing what he was doing, but thank you, Billy Ray Cyrus, for showing the world that you appreciated it. Mm-hmm. Taylor Swift, You Need to Calm Down. So those are the nominees for Video of the Year. Artist of the Year, we have our girl Cardi B, who is doing big things. I think, like, who doesn't like Cardi B? You know what I mean? So it's really, really, really big. And I know she's on a high, coming from where she came from and still on this high, because we're in a fickle business, the music business. They can either bring you down or big you up. So live, baby girl. Like live, take advantage of this, because it's not always such a fickle business again, and we can all agree to that. So Artist of the Year: Cardi B, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, Halsey, I believe, and Jonas Brothers, Shawn Mendes. Song of the Year: Drake, In My Feelings, Ariana Grande again, Thank You Next, Jonas Brothers, Sucker, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. I love that song, Shallow. It's a part in there when Lady Gaga is singing, I'm at the deep end. That's my favorite part. So we'll talk about that after too. And who saw Shallow? If you love that, call in. And again, Little Nas X, Billy Ray Cyrus, Taylor Swift, You Need to Calm Down, and Best New Artist, Ava Max, Billie Eilish. Her, I love her. I really like her a lot. I like that. I like her a lot. It's something about her. Her performance or her delivery. It just always feels like she's really meaning what's coming out of her mouth. Little Nas X again, Lizzo. Wow, and Rosa. Lizzo. Okay, but Rosalia. I'm not too sure. Anybody know Rosalia? Rosalia, if you're around, girl, we don't know you.
Yeah, we need to know who you are.
Yeah, we need to know who you are, and you're nominated for Best New Artist. And she might be too new for us. She may be too new. Hey, Rosalia, call us 917-727-8020. We want to know who you are, Rosalia.
I mean, shoot, if she up there, somebody knows.
Right. Okay. And some music is coming. Is that Rosalia? No, that's not Rosalia. No, we just want Rosalia, girl. Call us. Okay. We are back with film, food, and more, and our general manager and our DJ in the back. We had some music come in, and we just thought it was Rosalia.
We did.
If anybody could find Rosalia for us, the Best New Artist, tell Rosalia we want her to call in. We here for you, Rosalia, but we have to know who you are.
We want to know who you are.
That's my grandson, Little Nas X.
That's your grandson, Nas X? Okay, we hear you. Wow, is this the remix?
No.
Little Nas X, we have absolutely nothing to do with that statement that gentleman made about grandson. We have no claims to that. You do not call in with your attorneys for the Film, Food, and More show. He could have saved that for the other show.
True.
So if you call in, I did not say that. Don't have your publicist and your lawyers contact us. I didn't say grandson, all right? You know, because we don't know. Because your grandfather's probably somewhere saying, hey, well, who am I? I'm the grandfather.
Right, somebody got
Who's
some
that
explaining
man?
to do.
Right.
Somebody has some explaining to do. Grandma, you going to have grandma in trouble tonight.
Disclaimer.
Okay.
It's our adopted grandson.
Oh, adopted. So
Oh,
Little
no.
Nas, the general manager and the rest of the people back there in the office, they cleared that up. All right. So
It's the community grandfather,
the,
like
right.
the community
Yeah,
auntie.
we have to,
uncle.
because
Right,
boy,
right.
man, these lawyers will be on it tomorrow morning, you know. So we cleared it up, but it was all love, Little Nas. As we support you here, and it was all love for fun and games.
Absolutely.
So the ladies are back from Pie Fest, and we are gonna cut Little Nas off. And Little Nas, you're gonna have a big. You know what I actually feel in closing? Little Nas is gonna have a big day Monday for the VMAs. I think that the world is ready for that. I think the world is ready for someone who's finally admitting and not outed out because of something. I think people are ready for that. It's been a debate about him and whatnot. I think he honestly is gonna win with this situation by not letting someone out him. He's gonna win. He came out and he said it, and it's been the first time someone has done that in history. Who else has been able to do that without being forced?
Forced it.
Honestly, I can't
recall.
And if there is anyone, I certainly don't recall any men, and in particular any young men of color, and specifically any young black men who were like, "This is my truth, and I'm going to tell it."
And in those communities, right?
Especially at their peak.
Right.
Exactly.
So Little Nas,
and I'm not saying that Lil Nas is at his peak because he's just getting started, but he's riding high right now.
Exactly.
That's almost a part of the song.
Like there's a lot, quote unquote, by a certain school of thought to possibly be lost or risked by sharing this.
Right.
You know, especially when you grind so hard to get to that level. And to instead, you like, you know, speak. And this is no shade to anyone, but I have to say it. It's going to sound shady. You know, people say that it sounds shady. I just remember maybe 3 or 4 years ago, there was some article that came out, speaking about old school, about Barry Manilow.
Wow. Okay.
Finally shared the truth.
I remember.
Right? I was like,
finally.
And so there was somebody who didn't know Barry.
Yeah.
I think that person might have been the man in the mirror, Barry. I can't fathom that anyone.
And then came out that he was with his partner for all these years.
Right, and he was like, because it would upset my female friends. How?
Barry.
None of your female
Barry,
friends.
call us.
Call
we
us,
love
Barry.
you too.
We do love you. We love
Absolutely.
Savannah.
But nobody was surprised. No one was shocked.
It was not a shock.
And guess what, Barry? So as Lorinda said, there's no shade to you because Barry, you still selling out stadiums.
Yes.
You are still selling out grand big halls.
Yes,
I
sir.
have seen.
Absolutely.
Performing all over the country, and you look great.
You sure do.
We
so
love you,
love.
Mr. Manilow.
Yeah.
So we are back, and the ladies here, our general manager and the guys in the back, our staff and our DJ and everyone else wants to see, you know, what about these artists who say, you know, our own music and we promote what's our, you know, let's see what our own sounds like.
Jeez Louise.
Oh.
Well, Dina, you want to sing a piece of one of your favorite songs?
Just give us something that's going to be a cappella.
Because that's one of the rare things. Other than in the car, Dina and I actually do not perform together.
Right.
Like she goes, I go. I go. She goes.
That's how.
But maybe we'll just like, you know, we'll do a little something of what we do, and then
Okay.
maybe we'll just play for a minute.
Let's do it.
Let's see how the spirit moves.
I love
Let's see how the spirit moves. You trying to think of a number of yours?
So I will just let all of you know that I relearn every single one of my songs before every show.
No way.
And so sitting trying to think about what lyrics are, because I don't know, somehow my brain just needs to purge stuff. There's this stuff
Too
spinning.
many tabs open. They say that. That's just
And so I just purge stuff. And so I have to relearn my own music.
You trying to think of something right now?
So let's see. When you fall way down, maybe then you'll find your way. When you fall way down, maybe then you'll find your way. I can only teach you the lessons that I've learned. Give you my love, but trust and respect you have to earn.
Make sure that these bridges you never have to cross again. Because you can't get back what you burned back when. And when you fall way down, maybe then you'll find your way. Or when you fall way down, maybe then you'll find your way.
Hey, I like that. That reminds me of like, so that could have went in so many categories. That could have went in so many categories. That would remind me of folk. You know what it reminds me of? Like,
if you think of Tracy Chapman,
who I love. Oh my God, why did you say it before I got to say it? Because that's exactly.
Great minds think alike.
Oh my God. So could I tell you one thing before we let this other lovely young lady on the left go? When I first heard Fast Cars, I was like, who is this person? This is what I miss in music. So that's why, going back to Billie Eilish, I don't feel that inspiration on the radio anymore. When I hear somebody, I'm like, oh, okay. But when I first heard
to the wrong station, so this is DNA Radio.
We hear that.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. When I first heard Tracy Chapman, I was like, who is this genius?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have another.
Wait. She didn't introduce her name. I didn't get her name.
Yeah.
My name is DNAradio.net.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for our. And this lady to my left.
I am Lorinda Robinson, one half of the eclectic soul duo Brown Baby Girl. And since my lovely business partner sang a piece of an original, I will follow suit. Because you know me, like I will cop out and default to a cover that we just said we don't do. But
when the cover is good, cover it.
There's that too.
Sometimes when it's good. If it's an Aretha cover, yeah, we cover it.
Wow. Listen, we try not to vocally blaspheme whenever. If I'm his fantasy, then I'm hers. If I'm her fantasy, then I'm theirs. If I'm your fantasy, then I'm yours. I'm your fantasy, let's explore. Tell me, boy, do I make you hot? Make you want to taste what I got? Make a scheme and design a dig deep inside and consume the spot. Only time we have is now. Don't overthink it, baby, you already know how. Crave an encore, sugar, take a bow. That's the way I like to get down. That's what this is, grown folks business. Grown folks business. That's what this is. Come get with it, grown folks business. Come get with it. Oh, so hey, Letitia.
Love it. Hey, love it. So guys, we're gonna let the ladies end and give us, again where you can reach them, and tell you briefly as we close out about this wonderful organization that I had the pleasure of being a part of, something that they are a part of, and joined in on this morning over at the Polar Grounds houses and community center, where they gave out book bags and school supplies to children, as well as healthy fruits and snacks. It's something that I'm big up on. And what I loved, that there was no soda, no juices, it was all water. I was like, yes. When I saw that water, I was like, yes, they get it, because you can't have a healthy event and then have a Pepsi on the table.
That's right.
All right, so and just the children, their faces, the happiness, and to know that they have this new book bag,
we just lost our Pepsi sponsorship.
We just love the Pepsi sponsorship. But this is Film, Food, and More. And what I would say, guys, I have to be true to what it is. And the Film, Food, and More are only big up and support healthy food, and Pepsi's not healthy.
Well, I will say, though, Pepsi does have healthy lines in it, because remember, Pepsi is a conglomerate with other things.
Right.
So Kavita, the kombucha line, is Pepsi.
And I love that when you have a fellow person, a fellow foodie on the side. So, and
I want to support a New York company that gives a lot of business to our people.
Lot. So with that being said, again, remember on Film, Food, and More, any of the other shows, we're not dogging anyone out.
Definitely
but
not.
What I would say is, for Film, Food, and More, my goal is to encourage healthier eating practices and a lot of soda. So I'll refrain from that, and I don't have a problem with changing that and correcting it. Soda across the board. So
Correct.
strike the name of a company that did.
Right.
Soda across the board is not the healthier choice of beverage for anyone.
I was only joking.
No, no, but I needed to fix that because you have to, but I'm glad Adina pointed out, and that's why we're here together. So, outside of that joke, on a serious note, they did have the healthy stuff, and that was important because guess what? Some people may not know that and may not be aware of that. So again, Pepsi, I'm not dogging you out, but soda is not a healthier beverage for children, and the sugar content, whatever brand.
That's correct.
And that's it. So we're going to let the ladies close out one more time because sometimes people miss what the address is. They'll be like, what did they say? What did the email? We're going to close out on that. And again.
So once again, our website is piefest.org. P as in Peter. I as in initiative.
Yes.
F as in fancy. Yes. E as in eclectic. Yes. S as in sensational.
Wow.
And T as in terrific.
Yes.
Terrific.
Dot. O as in organizational. R as in robust. And G as in good for you.
Wow, we love it when the ladies give descriptions. This was like, I was worried when you did the O.
So
I was nervous.
I'm so good.
When you did the O, I was so nervous. I was like, oh God.
Listen, Nana.
Nana's still listening.
You gotta keep it Nana safe.
Oh my God.
This is a Nana safe zone.
No, you don't know when you started. You was like, and this is, it was all sexy. And this is, I was like, uh-oh.
And I was like, I'm like, say organic, say outstanding.
I was like, yes. I was like, yeah.
Well, Damien,
And she did.
You are sitting into the Nothing Less program.
I know,
so
coming up
orgasm
soon.
would have put that up.
Well, this show is the kid-friendly version.
Okay.
This show is the show that if Oprah was here, she would say, get my babies out of here. Take them home. Yeah, this is not that show.
Yeah,
So we definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I definitely, again, appreciate these ladies for coming in. Knowing that we're all busy, Saturday is a really, tricky day for people to get out, and Adina was out early, and Lorinda's always doing a host of other things. So I totally appreciate you guys for coming out to Film, Food, and More, and to DNAradio.net. It will be streaming live. You can tell all the people, and I totally want you guys back again. I love the energy, and that was good. So what we'll do is let's come back prior to the November 13th show.
We would love that.
So we can, and then the days before, you'll give out the numbers, and we'll promote the cutting room. We will promote that to death.
Yeah.
And we will only say organization.
That's right.
When the O word comes out. All right. And that's it. So again, guys, thank you for tuning in to Film, Food, and More. Today, I appreciate you guys, and without you, we couldn't do this, Film, Food, and More, and live. And definitely check out the website and follow PodFest. Stay tuned for updates, and we'll be talking about the show at the Cutting Room coming up in November. So you guys will know all about that. We'll tell you where you can get tickets. We'll do it like a week prior, and all of the above. All right.
Absolutely.
So have a good night, guys, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Damien.
See you guys. You're welcome. Cut this off because you said another over. Here's the cake. I'm worried.
I was like, wait a minute. Hold on.
No.